Hello and welcome, chat. How are you all doing today? Hope you're all doing well. I got to rest this weekend, which is crazy because I'm pretty sure this is like the first time I've gotten to like actually rest in like 2 weeks, so I'm actually kind of recharged now and I feel good. But other than that, yeah, just all the announcements. I still have so many videos to make, it's ridiculous. I was already working on the FF15 video, and then now I've found out that obviously I have to make, you know, Revelation videos, Kingdom Hearts 4 video coming out, about the Versus 13 references, probably something on Persona 6. I want to make some videos on Persona 4. I want to make videos on Stellar Blade. Feels like a dream. No, I mean, this past E3 season is basically like, what if the 4chan like rumor was like legitimate? You know what I'm saying? Like, what if the guy on 4chan wasn't just bullshitting and like all that shit was actually there? It's so crazy. I think you have to go back a decade or more to get an E3 season that was this good. It's just ridiculous, man. Everything that could have been there was there and more. So I couldn't be happier, honestly, with all the stuff that was there. And also, too, I could not be more employed with all the stuff that was there. Did you see my DMs? I can check. Hold on. I did not check. Oh, wait, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's also pretty interesting. Actually, yeah, let's also talk about one of those. Or, yeah, let's talk about this really quickly. Actually, do we have all of their... Okay, so we'll talk about this and the Capcom thing first. So, I think the Summer Games Fest thing makes sense. Do you know if Soldier First Class is still making content? Alex is not making content right now, to my knowledge. Every now and then he tweets. But I don't think he's making any content. He made some content with regards to like when Rebirth came out. I think he streamed it, but I don't know if he's making any content. But I guess if you wanted to come back and talk about some Revelation thoughts, people would welcome it for sure. Do we know if Visions and Resonance will be dubbed? Because so far on English videos, they speak Japanese. My understanding is that they will not be dubbed, unfortunately. It will only be available in Japanese, which to me, I feel like I'm going to end up playing the game in Japanese anyway, which is kind of rare for me because I normally do play these games. Well, I guess it's not that rare. I usually do play games. I mean, I play games in English and Japanese, honestly. It just depends on if it's my first or second playthrough. I usually do, like, second playthrough stuff for me is usually Japanese, right? And part of that is because when I do a Japanese playthrough, I usually do a fully immersive Japanese playthrough, which includes Japanese text, right? Like, I don't do English text or, like, English subtitles and like Japanese audio. I do either all English or all Japanese. And so typically the first time I play a game, I really want to take in the story. And my Japanese is not there yet where I can, like, you know, fluently understand every single thing. That being said, I can get through most games in Japanese fairly easy. I can read enough to figure out, like, most stuff. And I get excited whenever there are things that I don't understand or words that I don't understand, because that's usually where the growth is. So, if you do, that Japanese eShop version will be around $40. Bro, I've thought about buying a Japanese Switch even. So that it was like, oh shit, now I have to play games in Japanese. And it'd be cheaper. And yeah, a Switch 2, I mean. Yeah, I've thought about doing that shit. Like, just being like, fuck it, I'll do it. But I feel like it's too much of an inconvenience, but also, like, what happens when Smash comes out and I want to play on, like, Western servers with my friends and I can't. So, well, maybe you can, actually. I don't think the server stuff is region locked. I don't know. Anyways, let's talk about this shit, because this is all pretty important. So, this is the top 10 best performing games of Summer Games Fest, most covered, and the most watched games overall for the showcase. So this also includes not only the actual Summer Games Fest conference, it also includes the adjacent Summer Games Fest stuff, essentially all of E3 season, which is to say the State of Play, the Xbox Game Showcase, and the Nintendo Direct. And here is how the trailers tracked. Number 1 is God of War Laufey, which I'm kind of surprised that beat Ocarina of Time remake. Now, granted, the God of War showing was much more substantial and had a lot more content to it than the Ocarina of Time showing. I imagine that after Ocarina of Time gets legitimate footage that isn't just Link in a bed, it's going to gain more traction, and I think it will probably push ahead of God of War. That being said, God of War is also steeped in social discourse. Yay, everyone's favorite, right? And as a result, it makes a lot of sense that God of War is at number 1, because it's the most controversial. I'm assuming this isn't necessarily positive or negative coverage. Right. This is just viewership. And trust me, if there is anything I can tell you as a content creator, the number 1 thing to pull viewership is negativity. Negativity does bigger numbers than positivity. People love the fall down. They love to the fallout. They love to hear about all the bad things that went wrong. They love to hear about you know, such and such gone woke or whatever the fuck. Anytime there is something that can be framed negatively, it does better views on social media. I hate this facet of human nature. It is hard baked into us. The reason it's baked into us is because, good news is great, but bad news can literally kill you, right? That's the way the human brain is kind of shaped. So we think like, oh shit, if something bad happened, that's important because that can threaten my safety, right? So drama, negative bait, that pushes things to the top. Subtext, hello. I almost thought Revelation didn't make it to the top 10 at all, which would have been really bad. It is a little bit lower than one would have liked to have seen, but I think it makes sense when you consider these other games, right? So Ocarina of Time, Resident Evil, Veronica. I mean, the top three is just, yeah. Number 4 is Wolverine. Number 5, Gears of War Ide. Number 6 is Kingdom Hearts 4. Number 7 is Persona 6. And then Final Fantasy 7 Revelation. And then Spyro. And then Until Dawn 2. Which Spyro actually did pretty damn well overall. When we look at the trailer views, however, let me move my fat butt. When we look at the trailer views, however, Ocarina of Time did actually end up clearing God of War for trailer views, which is why I said that overall, that's just factoring in everything, all the engagement, all the discussion, all of that. But Ocarina of Time, doing pretty good. Ocarina of Time remake is definitely going to be bigger than God of War, I think. I think it goes without saying. I didn't even hear about Spyro. Dude, the Spyro fandom was going crazy. 71 million views for Code Veronica. Yeah, it's crazy, man. And then Kingdom Hearts 4. So KH made it. But yeah, I don't think Revelation did quite as good. The most watched conferences, it's actually crazy that the Nintendo Direct beat everything else. Maybe it's not crazy because, again, the Nintendo Direct, it's really easy for someone to be watching from, say, Japan or from the US and from Europe as well. It's really easy to hit all of those 3 major regions with the time slot that they choose for the Nintendo Direct, right? So it's at night for Japan, it's in the afternoon for Europe, and it's in the early morning for the US, but not so early that like you have to really hop up out of bed or like really stay up in order to catch it. It's not that bad. Most press coverage, God of War by a mile. And again, that's just because God of War happens to be a bit of a controversial game, and it's no surprise that people are cashing in on the engagement there. Gears of War Ide, Gears of War had Gears of War is funny because I haven't seen anything on it. Yeah, press-wise, I have not seen a single fucking thing about Gears of War. It's so crazy. But granted, they did have like that big event. So I'm sure that there's tons of like, I played Gears of War E-Day or something like that, like articles up and people talking about it. But yeah, it's just so off of my radar. Yeah, Onimusha also doing really good here. But it also probably was playable at Summer Games Fest. And so that's not too... I'm sorry, bros. I'm sorry. This is funny as hell. I'm sorry, bros. I'm sorry. Yo, man. Twitter must be undefeated. You goddamn right. Bro, it's like you said, yeah, dude. Oh my God. All you have to do is just have something controversial in the game and God damn. Literally all of this because woman. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy, dog. Ah. Um, I want to see what this new Evangelion is because this is just insane to me. Wait, there's a new Evangelion. KH still has motion. Square can just never get the games made. Yeah, like KH is crazy, man. Like the fact that KH the fact that KH um is still this popular despite not having a major release for the better part of a decade is pretty ridiculous. Uh and it's also really funny because Final Fantasy has had, some consistent releases over this past decade, and that's still not saving it. And this is something I was thinking about too. That Nomina said that, like, oh, back when Kingdom Hearts first came out, we used Final Fantasy characters to get people interested in Kingdom Hearts. Now I feel like it may be needed for the opposite, right? Like, maybe you need to use Final Fantasy characters in Kingdom Hearts to get people interested in Final Fantasy again, right? Maybe they need to show up for the opposite reason. K still having that appeal, but its release being that way, while given that Capcom interview. Yeah, so we're gonna take a look at the Capcom interview next. Let me see if there was anything else on Level Up's analysis here. 2.2 million viewers for Xbox. Okay, we already saw that. 4.5 million viewers for... Oh, that's the Game Awards. Okay, so let's take a look at this. This is also really interesting. I think this article really highlights the difference between Square Enix and Capcom. The title of this is Capcom says shifting from auteur-driven development to team-led development is what transformed the company and allowed flagship IPs to survive for so long. So, if you're a Square fan, you love your auteur, whether that is Tetsuya Nomura, whether that is Yuji Horii, Yoshinori Kitase, Naoki Yoshida. You love your guy with the plan, and you think that he is great, and you think that he is the visionary for gaming, right? It's crazy. Jeff and Kojima aren't getting divorced. Mommy and daddy are still taking selfies together. I saw that. I saw that. That's so crazy. Um, Square does do this with the non-FF series, right? So the thing is that Final Fantasy, Dragon Quest, Kingdom Hearts, etc., they need their auteur in order to run. And without that auteur, that visionary there, in order to guide the franchise, then people don't consider it legitimate. And Capcom has moved away from this type of leadership. Instead, it is no longer a single creator that controls the IP, but rather the team that's working on it, that really dictates what the IP is and how it should go. So let's go ahead and read this article. Capcom celebrated its 43-year anniversary on June 11. To commemorate the milestone, President and COO Haruhiro Sugimoto, who leads Capcom alongside founder Kenzo Sugimoto, talked to Famitsu at length about the company's beginnings and how it has made it so far as a game developer. One interesting topic that came up is Capcom's conscious effort to shift away from individual-driven development, which heavily depends on the creative vision and expertise of a single creator, and adopt team-driven development. Capcom's flagship IPs like Monster Hunter, Resident Evil, and Street Fighter series have maintained their popularity and continue to produce hit games decades after they were originally created. Sugimoto considers Capcom's organizational transformation to be one of the biggest reasons why this was possible, saying, quote, "In the game industry, when the title becomes a series, it often ends up depending heavily on a particular developer, becoming what you'd call individual driven or auteur driven. If that person doesn't make one, there's next to no installment. The direction of the series becomes tied to the ideas of a single creator," he explains. Development at Capcom, likewise, functioned this way for a long time. But according to Sugimoto, the company started feeling the limits of relying on an auteur-driven development, especially against the backdrop of fulfilling its responsibilities to shareholders as a publicly listed company. It always, always, and forever goes back to the shareholders. NSP is 43 and a half. Jesus, no. Anyways. We discussed this issue with central figures behind each franchise and ultimately agreed that we should abandon this approach. What we came up with instead was the idea that every title should be rebuilt from the ground up. We didn't mind if sales temporarily declined as a result. And by switching to a team-based approach to game development, Capcom changed dramatically. Sugimoto believes this decision has more than paid off, allowing new entries in Capcom's most valuable IPs on a regular basis. This also means that knowledge and expertise accumulated by development teams is handed over generationally, securing each franchise's longevity. Additionally, he considers this to be just as important when it comes to developing new IPs, with 2026's Pragmata as a symbol of Capcom's team-oriented development structure. When it comes to auteur-driven games, names like Hideo Kojima or Yoko Taro immediately come to mind. And these types of IPs, which are practically synonymous with an individual creator, can be extremely powerful when it comes to nurturing a devoted player base. However, from a company's perspective, this involves the risk of a star creator quitting or retiring or leaving valuable franchises hanging. We've seen how loyal fans can respond to companies rebooting franchises without the involvement of their OG developers. So the matter is a lot more complicated than simply owning the rights. You're right. This is true. Is he really my age? No. I'm 34. For whoever asked. That being said, hopefully I still look vaguely like this in 10 years. But this is true, right? Like, imagine if they put out Metal Gear Solid 6 or like a new Metal Gear game in general that wasn't a remake. Would people accept it even though Hideo Kojima didn't work on it? I don't think they would. I think people would be like, Kojima's not on it? I'm not fucking playing this. It's not Metal Gear. At the same time, people also wouldn't play a new Nier game that didn't have Yoko Taro on it. In fact, we've had that. We've had Drakengard 2, and everyone's like, I'm not playing that shit, right? People hate Drakengard 2 for that reason. You maintained your use. You look good in SP. Damn, dude, you look 22. Thank you, guys. You guys are so wholesome. Thank you. I appreciate it. My Japanese tutor also, she was like, I thought you were 22. When I told her my age, I was like, the fuck? She thought I was younger than her. I was like, what? I was like, no, I'm an old man. I was there. I was blowing in the cartridges, bro. Fuck. I think the relationship Hamaguchi and Nomura has shows you can find a middle ground. Like he's the creative director, the visionary, but the guy running the team, getting the well-oiled machine running, is Hamaguchi. However, I do think that people need to remember that Nomura has been there on the ground level. FF15 devs have gone on record saying he'd figure out issues like programming issues they were stuck on. Yeah, yeah. You guys flatter me so much. Thank you. um, what was I gonna say? Uh, so yeah, their IP is deeply tied to the creators, right? Capcom was able to get away from this. I don't know if Square would ever be get able to get away from this. I do think they can for Final Fantasy, right? Like I think that like for Final Fantasy, you can get away from the auteur vision now because we already have an understanding that Final Fantasy is passed to different creators. However, when it comes to Nier, when it comes to Kingdom Hearts, I just find it impossible to see that happening. Um, for Dragon Quest, Yuji Horii is kind of the guy. Unfortunately, Dragon Quest also kind of lost some of its iconic auteurs recently with the passings of Sugiyama and Toriyama-san. And so, you know, I don't know. Yuji Horii is in his 70s now, you know, not to like, you know, put the hourglass on the man, but obviously Dragon Quest at some point in like the next few decades would have to figure out like, you know, who would be in charge of it. And yeah, just due to the limits of human lifespan, unless unless Brian Johnson comes up with the cure for death like tomorrow. Um, you know, the auteurs and every human being obviously have a finite lifespan, and what happens after an auteur passes or is no longer with the company or anything that would make them no longer able to work or produce that IP is quite a troubling affair for a publicly traded company that desperately needs that IP in order to jerk off their shareholders. Amidst these circumstances, it doesn't come as a big surprise that Capcom made a conscious effort to stop depending on auteur-driven development. It's likely far from the only developer to do so either. From a game developer's perspective, it's also a shame that this kind of eccentric, highly individualistic approach is losing its place in the mainstream large-scale development. Interestingly, Hideki Kamiya, who happens to be a Capcom veteran and is another prime example of creative, is another prime example of creator-led game development, has previously expressed regret about game development becoming more product-focused than creative-focused in recent times. Sorry, my brain crashed there. Which was one of the reasons he decided to establish the independent studio Clovers, intended to nurture games that reflect their creators' individuality. Roy Mustang, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. Nothing can save FF Auteur, no F Auteur. I'm 24 and you look younger than me, SB. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I think FF can be saved. It can be. I don't think it can be saved by Square Enix as they currently function, though. They are going to have to change, and we are seeing signs that they are changing. So, I think FF can still be turned around. We can still save her, chat. It's not too late. FF in its original DNA was passed around from dev to dev. It's often simplified just Sakaguchi, but those early games, 1 through 6, were kind of the work of other devs like Tanaka and Kawazu, hell, even Kitase with 6 onwards. But 2000s onwards, SE definitely leaned more into auteur projects. Probably took the wrong lessons from stuff like Chrono Trigger, FF7, and Cage. Yeah, they focused on their rock stars, right? Making rock stars. And we love our rock stars, but yeah. Subtext, my guy, thank you for the super, dude. The team consistency has made 7R the best playing FF games in a long time with fast dev cycles. Ironically, the fandom is now idolizing Hamaguchi, though maybe less as a creative auteur. Right. I think that they're idolizing Hamaguchi as like he's the guy who gets it and produces it, right? Like we're not thinking of Hamaguchi in the way that we think of Nomura or the way we think of like Hideo Kojima, right? We're not putting him through that lens. He's the guy that make game fast, and we like him for that. Um, we like him as the guy, and this is what Cloud Strife just mentioned, is that he's the guy who takes the auteur vision and implements it in a very fast way, right? So that I think is the middle ground between the auteur vision and the team vision. So how I personally feel about this. Capcom is right that the team vision is better for capitalism. As a publicly traded company, doing things based on the team and letting the team and the brand of the team be the auteur instead of a single individual is simply better for producing product. It just is. There is no question about that. The auteur-driven approach, I think, can lead to better art in a lot of ways. It can lead to more personal art. It can lead to challenging, I think, a lot of, how should I say this? Like, kind of challenging established game design and doing things outside of the box in a way that, if it's purely driven by capitalism and purely driven by the team, it wouldn't, right? Because it's one guy who kind of wants to do a selfish thing and has the money to be able to do so because the company is funding his project, right? So he can use the big name like Hideo Kojima, and Kojima can use his name to make a weird ass fucking game like Death Stranding, which is a game that like a team of people would never make. You know, no one would ever look at Death Stranding, like a proposal for it, and be like, yeah, okay, let's put $100 million on this. No one would do that, right? They will do it when the name Hideo Kojima is on it and people have that parasocial with that creator and they have that attachment to his works. And they're like, fuck yeah, Hideo Kojima's big new vision. We love that. And I also think, too, that Japanese culture especially seems to very much be driven by auteur culture, at least my perspective as a Western American. That seems to be the observation there. And it's not just in terms of video games. We also do it in terms of anime and manga. You know, we have like Hideki Anno. We have Toriyama, like mangakas with like, you know, we're like, yo, the big brain. Yeah, it's literally every creative medium there. Yeah, 100%. Auteur culture is just, it's definitely a facet of Japanese culture, it seems. So, and Square Enix thrives on that. They thrive on it hard. So it's kind of hard to separate, I believe. I do think that Hamaguchi and Asano show the way forward for future SE. Asano's practice effectively just being what Enix did in the 80s and 90s, and Hamaguchi, if his team stays together, can use their lessons from Re-Trilogy games on future games, but SE cannot solely rely on them. They need all their studios operating similarly. Yeah, 100%. What happens to Western auteur franchises? What happens to Western franchises when the auteur steps off? It's kind of hard to say because I don't really know if we have auteurs in the West anymore in a really big way. I'm trying to think of like a really big Western auteur in video games, and I don't know. I think the West, we really only have our auteur still in film, I feel like. Like the only like Western auteur that like really came to mind for me was Toby Fox. But Toby Fox actually deserves it because he is actually an auteur and like he is actually like literally the artist for all of it. So you actually can say like Toby Fox because he programs it. He does most of the artwork. He does the music. So Toby Fox is like generally like genuinely like an actual fucking auteur. Neil Druckmann, that's true. That's true. I feel like in the West, like every auteur here, we kind of also fucking hate them too. I know that's weird, but I'm thinking like every like Western like big auteur, everyone also kind of is like, man, fuck that guy at the same time. But then he also has like his followers too. And I mean, everyone has their haters, right? Like Japanese auteurs also have their haters, but I feel like the vibe is just different with like Western auteurs. Like we have them, not as many, but I feel like we have them and we hate them, like a lot of them. Not saying I hated any of them, but I feel like a lot of them do catch quite a bit of hate. The West is toxic as fuck. Honestly, like I wouldn't say that like the West or Japan or anywhere in the East are like more toxic than the other. It's honestly just you're dealing with two different types of toxic. If we're being like real. Um, so yeah, it's a pick your poison situation in that case. Uh, because there's also levels of toxic there that you wouldn't believe, and so yeah. Nah, fuck Todd Howard though. Fuck Bethesda. See, that's what I'm saying, right? Like Todd Howard would technically be like an auteur, like a Western auteur, right? But at the same time, we're like, man, fuck Todd Howard. So yeah, that's my point. That's my point. Maybe Todd Howard, but he's more of a producer, like Hamaguchi versus creative. Yeah, Todd Howard is also kind of annoying. I feel like in the West, we feel like all of our auteurs are annoying, right? Like Neil Druckmann, for example. People like Druckmann's work, but they're also like, man, fuck Neil Druckmann. Guy's annoying, so pretentious, but they still play The Last of Us. um, so yeah, I just feel like auteurs here are just way more controversial, I think. But we do have them, I guess. So I don't know. I don't know if Square Enix can move away from auteur leadership, right? I mean, like, it's their whole thing. Look at Team Asano, for example, right? The team name is literally the fucking guy. It's literally the auteur. The whole team's name is the auteur's name. You know? Like, yo. Like, and I feel like Team Asano is like just so ubiquitous now, we don't even think about that for a second. But it's like, imagine if like Creative Studio 3 was just called Team Yoshida. Or CS1 was like Team Nomada. You actually start thinking about that for a second, you're like, dang, that's actually crazy. Like what happens if he like anything, if he just quits? If he just decides like, you know what? I want to go backpacking in like the mountains and like some other country or something. I don't want to do this anymore. And he's just like, bye. The whole like what happens to Team Asano? right? Because the whole studio is named after him, right? The whole thing is like his brand. So yeah, Square is heavily auteur dependent, right? And I don't know if there is any way for them to get away from it. Capcom, I feel like breaking away from the auteur driven nature is, and maybe this is just my understanding to be clear, but I do feel it is a bit more on the Western side of them um, to do that. I feel like most Japanese companies haven't really done that. Well, I kind of take that back somewhat. There is one other Japanese company that has done it, and it seems like it's being successful so far. I would say that that's Konami, which I know, lol. But Konami, with entries like Silent Hill F and Silent Hill Townfall, they've moved away from being driven by their auteurs, and now they're finding other teams to be able to work on these projects, right? And it's pretty successful so far. Silent Hill F seems to have done really well. Yeah, Konami is outsourcing everything now. Konami just owns IP, right? And then they find outsource work that they really like, or studios that they really like, and they're like, hey, you're going to work on this for us. And then that's it, right? So, why do we keep repeating that Nomura needs reins, man? He keeps getting fucked by management decision. He got out KH games consistently for a whole decade on the 2000s. I feel that should say something. Tiffany, oh my gosh, what's up? Quick, do I play Final Fantasy 15 Royal Edition? Yes, you fucking do, Tiffany. You absolutely should. You absolutely should. Especially if you only played the base version back when it came out. I never did before. I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of feeling like it's the first time. No way. I'm kind of feeling like it's time. Yeah. No, no, no. You should. Bro, I did the base version November 29th, 2016. Oh, okay. You got like a whole fucking brand new game. I cannot stress how much new game is actually there for you to experience. Like, just character switching alone is pretty crazy. So if you didn't touch like the DLCs or anything, you have 3 other fucking characters to play as. That alone is pretty crazy, right? But then if you get the DLCs and you get episode Arden and you do it all in like the right play order, the story is, well, it's not as incomplete. It's technically complete now, narratively. It's not like complete to a point of satisfaction, but it's not missing things anymore. Like the whole thing is there now. So if there's any questions about the story, like you'll actually find it in the game, right? Like how Ravis died. But it was so funny because we were talking about how Ravis died in 1.0. And in 1.0, you just find that motherfucker dead with no explanation. He's just dead on the ground. Your brother-in-law and rival is just fucking dead with no explanation as to how he died or what happened or like anything. You just find him and he's dead. You wake up. Ignis is blind, and no one ever even fucking talks about why he's blind. He's just fucking blind. He's just fucking blind, and it just never even tells you why. I can't even believe they released that shit like that. Bet I'll be real, after I went to Distant Worlds, I went, man, I should play it. No, you should. It's so good. Well, I don't know if I would say good, but I like it. I like it. Roy Mustang, thank you for this super chat. Silent Hill F has Ryukishi 07's handprint all over it. The story and the way it's told would be very different if he was absent. No, 100%. But I guess they licensed it to his team, and then they licensed Townfall to another team, and that's why they were able to develop them simultaneously. Yeah, I'm doing real well. I'm sad I missed y'all at uh at Summer Games Fest. I was supposed to go, but I thought I didn't have a place to stay because I was like, oh, I don't want to pay for a hotel by myself. And then Sleep Easy told me like, oh, bro, you could have just stayed at my house. And I was like, what the fuck do you mean I could have just stayed at your house? Why am I why didn't I know this? And then Blitz ended up staying at his house, and I'm like, yo, no one told me. So next time I will literally just go and I will stay with Sleep Easy. I actually was not able to make it to the UK for the concert, unfortunately. I'm sorry for anyone who went, but yeah, there were some issues that unfortunately I couldn't go. But I do hope to be back in London soon because I miss Daryl and I miss everyone that I got to meet last time I was in London, and hopefully I won't be back to London. Subtext is here and can vouch for you. Dang, dang. Okay, maybe I will. Are you going to the Game Awards, Tiffany? Because I'll be at the Game Awards. Roy Mustang, thank you for this super again. A game that has an emphasis on writing needs a strong singular vision. Disco Elysium, Kurtzwitz, Pentiment. Actually, haven't heard of most of these. Well, I've heard of Disco Elysium and 13 Sentinels, obviously, but these two. Oh wait, or is that Kurtzwitz and then Pentiment? I don't know about that. Um, but yeah. Oh, that's the writer. I'm sorry. I'm tripping. You're talking about the writer. Yeah, I do think that like having that big name for the writer on a narrative driven game is kind of because you want to know the author, right? I think that's because books are also auteur driven, right? You don't have a team making a book. NSP going to Japan in TGA's big travel year? Yes, yes, yes. Well, hopefully I can make it to the TGAs anyway. I would like to go to the TGAs. Um, yeah, we literally talked about you many times. Hopefully, good things, guys. Hopefully, you talked about how devilishly handsome I am and very smart and like the best Final Fantasy and RPG creator ever. And I hope at least it was good things. Oh man, I miss you guys. I can't believe it's been so long since like, especially Tiffany. It's been so long since I got to see you. Um, he's so money and he doesn't even know it. It's like swingers type shit. The movies, not swinging. Good clarification there. It's like, nah, we hate this NSP motherfucker. Yeah. You and Blitz could get bunk beds. True. I mean, some books do. There's this bad practice when publishers want sequels. They fire authors and pay ghostwriters. That's fucking crazy. I guess I don't read enough books to like even fucking know that that happened. That's kind of fucked. Who would like want to read that? But that goes back to like what I was saying though, right? Like, um, I do feel like the auteur is better for art, but focusing on the team is better for capitalism. Kingdom Trigger, thank you for the super chat. What do you think about SE finding up and coming writer from visual novels or manga that could write an FF mainline, similar to Silent Hill F did with that writer? Kingdom Trigger, I think that's an excellent question. I actually think that's exactly what they should do. Um, I feel like we need someone fresh for 17 to write it. That's not to say that existing creatives can't work on things like music or character designs, etc. But I do think that when it comes to the story in particular, that it's really important, I think, to have someone fresh and to get someone that is really renowned, but maybe not necessarily the writer of other Final Fantasy games. I'll take Ishikawa as Fresh Blood. I would totally take Ishikawa to write FF17. No question. The only existing writer I'd want for 17 is Ishikawa. Otherwise, Fresh Blood, please. No, 100%. 100%. Submit your feudal Japan script to Square Enix. Yeah. The only difference is that, like, because I don't want to do just like regular feudal Japan, though. I want to do like it's feudal Japan and there's steampunk. I want it to be both for some reason. Roy Mustang, thank you so much for the super. No manga slash visual novel anime writer can save FF. Not even Cyberpunk Edge Runners level anime adaptation from Trigger could save FF. Hold on. So you're saying that even if FF got like the best shit ever, it couldn't be saved? You don't think like if they got like really good things, they could save it? On one hand, I do somewhat agree because I feel like talent, yes, but then I'm also kind of like if the management itself doesn't catch up to like what needs to be done, then I feel like there is no amount of talent that would be able to escape bad management. So, in that sense, I agree with you, right? You're not going to be able to out talent bad management. Um, there are ways for SC to get FF out of the hole. They just need to realize the very obvious things first. Yeah. And like, I think the foremost obvious thing is that they need to stop making Final Fantasy games for people who don't like Final Fantasy. I think that that is a fundamentally flawed thesis. Let me explain what I mean by that. I'm not saying that, like, say, for example, Final Fantasy 16 was made with, like, you know, for people that hate FF, right? Not in that sense. I'm saying it wasn't made like, it wasn't made with the idea in mind of, like, this is how we make the Final Fantasy audience overwhelmingly happy. It was made with the idea in mind that hopefully we can attract a bunch of different people and the Final Fantasy audience doesn't hate this. We hope they don't hate this. That is like the mentality and the energy in which they approach all of this shit now. Like, we hope we don't piss anyone the fuck off. We hope you still buy product, but we're trying to pursue this other guy, right? It's basically like saying, yeah, I'm going to pursue other people and I hope my partner doesn't leave so that I can have like 2 boyfriends or 2 girlfriends. You know, like, what the fuck, bro? Andrew Brown, thank you so much for the super. I appreciate it. Would live if they would made a weapon model kits for FF7 Revelation. It'd be awesome products. Dude, my friend Stefan, who loves model kits, I think he would literally go fucking insane if they made weapon model kits. And I've always kind of like, you know, entertained the idea of getting into model kits. I've never actually, you know, like built one myself, but I do think that if they made one for weapons, I would actually cave at that point. Kingdom Trigger, thank you for another super. How the fuck has Square Enix not made an FF7 anime during this whole project? I think that's just crazy. I think it's one of the biggest L's of this project by a mile. I think I've talked about my FF7 anime idea before, but to recap it for those who aren't aware, I would have literally remade each part of FF7 Remake as a full anime, and I would release the season for Remake in the lead up for Rebirth, right? So you'd be able to watch all of season 1 in the lead up to Rebirth. And then when Revelation is coming out, I'd put out season 2, and season 2 would be all of Rebirth adapted into an anime. And then after Revelation comes out, boom, you get Revelation as an anime, right? Wouldn't an FF7 anime just spoil things? Or alternatively, the FF7 anime could be used as a way to make people have a jumping in point, right? So if you have Remake and Rebirth animes, what's to stop you from jumping into Revelation, right? Oh, I could just watch like the first 2 parts of the anime and then I could go play Revelation and I'd understand everything. Oh, this is cool. You know? Wait, I don't have to play Remake. I can just watch season 1 and then I can play Rebirth? What? Yeah, that would be fucking great. Unfortunately, they've already missed the timing for that, so it's too late to do something like this. But I feel like this is so obvious, but they didn't do it. Game Boy Cat, thank you so much for the super. This is why you're my favorite FF creator, NSB. You always say it how it is and provide superb, informative material. Thank you so much, Game Boy Cat. I appreciate it. I do not like this idea, but from a capitalism perspective, it makes sense. Honestly, when it comes to dealing with these gaming companies and like any company, what you have to think of, Skylian, is like, what is the optimal capitalist thing that you can do that doesn't ruin the art? And that is like the perpetual balance that you're always doing, right? Because most capitalism things are always going to be at odds with the art, right? Because capitalism is about making products. It's not about making profound experiences. Because what's required to make a profound experience is usually at odds with capitalism, right? And so typically you have to find this balance in between them where it's like, this makes us the most amount of money without shitting on the art. And so, yeah, it's a tough balance for sure to find. Reminder that Square was going to make a live action series for FF14 for some reason. Why not make it an anthology anime series? Project was canceled during COVID, but a pilot's fully... Yeah. The reason is because a live action series will do bigger numbers and reach more people, especially here in the West. That's just really all it comes down to. Andrew Brown, thank you for the super. Universal gets the live action Final Fantasy series and they hire you to make it. What would you do? Fuck. It really depends on my budget, honestly. But I think if I had like a really solid budget, I'm making the Final Fantasy X film. I'm making the FF10 movie. I am. Because I think FF10 could probably make a pretty solid film adaptation. Robert Smith, thank you for the super. They could do it just like Last Order FF7. Yeah. Although I think they non-canonized that, actually. I think that they can't make like an anime, though, that feels like a side story. It has to feel like its own thing that's really compelling in order to get people who aren't frequent or like who aren't already into the IP to watch it, right? So they would have to do something like Cyberpunk Edge Runners, right? Where Cyberpunk Edge Runners is its own complete thing. And you do not have to interact with Cyberpunk game in order to get it. In fact, many people didn't. I ended up getting into Cyberpunk game because of Cyberpunk anime, and they're two completely distinct stories. Um, right. That's why Before Crisis as an anime would work. I don't know if it would or wouldn't, honestly, because I feel like you'd have to like really make it something that people feel like they'd want to watch as an independent thing, right? And I feel that's really hard to do for FF7, I feel like. Because I find it hard to imagine, like, will someone who is not in the FF7 watch a Turks anime? I don't know. Kingdom Trigger, thank you for the super chat, by the way. If Square Enix doesn't drop the FF14 collab with FF7 1 month prior to FF7 Revelations release to gain hype, then this company is just dumb. I hate to break it to you, but this company is indeed dumb. I feel like the FF7 collab will come late, and it will not be centered enough. I already feel it now. I don't think that the Final Fantasy 16 collab happened soon enough. When did that happen, actually? I want to say, when was that first announced? Holy shit. April 2nd of 2024. So the Final Fantasy 16 collab came to Final Fantasy 14 a year after it had already been out. Almost a year. This company is not happening, bro. Like the collab with FF7 for Ever Crisis will be like it'll happen way after things are relevant enough. The FF7 collab is probably going to be a main feature of Evercold. Not all the major side content for the expansion has to be revealed like normal raid series. They could very randomly just go, these raids will be FF7 themed. That's true. That's true. Hopefully that's the case. We already have like some indication of that being the case of this expansion being FF7 themed. So maybe. Yeah, no, Dawn Trail was definitely made for the purpose of promoting Final Fantasy IX Remake, and then Final Fantasy IX Remake unfortunately didn't happen. And the rest is history. Yeah, Final Fantasy 15's multimedia worked. For sure it worked. You can argue at what cost, and I don't think anyone sane would refute that FF15's extra media did not come at quite a high cost. However, it worked. It fucking worked. It worked big time. I went to see Kingsglaive. I can't remember if it was 2 times or 3 times. I believe it was 3 times in the theater. And I took multiple friends. And that's also a thing too, right? Is that like in order for a product to succeed nowadays, you have to take your core base and make your core base so excited about the product that they become evangeline about it. And they tell fucking everyone they need to go play it. I'll give you an example. Nier. When I first saw Nier Automata, I was like, isn't that the game that only like 2 or 3 people play? Why is that getting a sequel? And then I have a few friends that were really into Drakengard and Nier, and they were like, "Oh my fucking god, bro! You have to play Nier Automata. This game is unbelievable. It's so good. The story is like this and that, and like you have to go play it right now. You can start with Nier Automata. You can work your way back if you want." I was like, "Okay, I'll play it, right?" But it like literally started with them not trying to make Nier into a mass market product. They actually just made the people that were already into Yoko Taro's shit so overwhelmingly happy that they yapped to people and were like, "Hey, yo, I can actually recommend you play this now." Andrew Brown, thank you for the super chat. Do you think Square will keep the FF7R team or split up the split them up as a 7R trilogy clearly shows a path forward, or was the development a fluke? I think that they're going to get FF17. I think they will stay together. I think it also depends on how FF17 does that will determine if they continue to stay together, if it continues to be a thing. So, if it continues to be high quality projects that are built at a very short release interval, and they're able to get them out on time and on budget, then I think they will keep the 7R team together in the long haul. And I think that if FF17 ends up being another controversial game, another thing where half of people like and half of people dislike, another thing where we have to discuss like what even is Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy is just when there's a story. It has nothing to do with gameplay. People saying that is just so crazy. I saw another post just like that the other day. Final Fantasy is about story. I'm like, yeah. I love Final Fantasy God of War. My favorite Final Fantasy is a book. This is a video game, people. I think if a team isn't already working on FF17, then that is incredibly direct for the future of FF and SC. There cannot be another big gap. Yeah, I mean, if there's a big gap and like no one is actually working on FF17, or it's not like actively in development. And honestly, when I say that already working on, I really mean someone needed to start working on it back in 2022 is what I really mean. But yeah, to go that long without an FF release would be insane. But remember, when Final Fantasy 15 came out, we didn't know who would be making 16, right? Like it was kind of a mystery for a while because we were like, who the fuck could possibly be making it? And then it turned out that it was Yoshi P, and the sort of evidence for that slowly began leaking out. And so I think that we can get there. We can find out who's going to be there after a while, once certain job listings and stuff happen. I think once we get closer to Revelation, we're going to see like job listings go up for Creative Studio 1. And it'll be like really nebulous, really ambiguous, like job listings that don't quite make sense. But it'll be like, yeah, we're looking for a programmer to build the future of the company. Yes, we are in need of tech people. Please apply. The evidence of FF16 started back when Stormblood launched, and the credit list didn't list a number of key creatives from A Realm Reborn and Heavensward. Yeah, and I think there is an argument from the 14 community for a lot of people there where they would say that that's when FF14 started going downhill to them. Right? Because they were like, oh, FF16 impacted FF14 in a negative way, is what they feel. And that's a pretty common sentiment that I'm seeing now. I can't really fully speak to whether that's true or not true, But that is a pretty common sentiment, I think. I wonder if Hamaguchi could lead the next great SCIP, something on the level of Chrono Trigger or Nier, but completely new. I'm gonna be honest. I think it would be a mistake not putting him on 17. He probably could do a great new IP, but I feel like every time a team graduates from FF, they're like, okay, now go make a new IP. I also, Creative Studio One is the Squaresoft team. Like that is like what they do. That's who they are, right? Like they're the Squaresoft team. That is their legacy team. That's kind of the team that that heads Final Fantasy for the most part in terms of what the next big thing is for it. And it also has the most legacy staff in it for the most part, as far as I know, too. Like actively creating stuff. So I don't think they should take CS1 off FF for sure, because that is the team. '16 was in development during Shadowbringers, but no one said a thing. People blame '16 because it's convenient, right? I think people just I think they just needed something to blame for like why they felt like 14 was going downhill, for sure. Obviously, they did pull off people, but oh yeah, this is easy, Red Mustang. Can you give one example of storytelling? Oh wait, from a single player FF game. Never mind. Can you give one example of a single play from a single player FF game from 13 onwards that left a mark in your heart? Um I feel like the final camp scene in 15 is really good. Yeah, the Ignis campfire scene is also like really good. I would actually say that most of the like I could give a few examples, and I think almost all of them come from 15. Actually, and not 13 or 16. I said 15, despite it being a more fractured narrative objectively than 13 or 16. I actually think that its uh emotional moments probably land harder for me than either one of those. 15 has some real highlights despite its huge flaws. Right. The payoffs in 15 are good. It's just that everything leading up to them feels like something is missing. But well, I guess with 16 and this there is one, and that is the Torgal side quest, which did actually make me tear up. I can't lie. That Torgal side quest got me, bro. I did cry on stream with that. The shit had me like watery eyed because I don't know, man. But I feel like anytime you have dog involved, it's always gonna be emotional. Um, and yeah, the fact that like my fucking dog never stopped looking for me when I was out in the trenches. Yeah, that shit got to me, bro. Like 100%. So the Torgal side quest got me. Do I have any pets? Not currently, no. But growing up, I pretty much always had a dog, and I was always super attached to whatever dog that I had. L3 plus R3 to accept the truth. That was a great scene. I actually do think, yeah, I'd probably list that too. I also think that's when the story of 16 ends for me when Sid dies, if I'm being completely real with you. But I would say, yeah, I'd probably put L3 plus R3 to accept the truth, and that moment being like, pretty much left like Pretty good mark. And I know this is gonna sound like, 13 hater, but I don't think that there's any moment in 13 that really like emotionally left a moment on me. I don't think that 13 really has those moments for me. Not to say that it doesn't in the object sense, but like, yeah, I'm trying to think. And I don't think 13 has any for me. But I do think that 15 probably has the most of modern Final Fantasy for me, despite actually being like, despite technically being the worst of the three. I think that its emotional moments stayed for me the longest. And 16 has some good ones, but then I feel like they're all very early in the game for me. So the opening of 16 is probably like one of the best openings in video games, if I'm honest. L3 plus R3 to accept the truth. That was also a good scene. That was also super impactful. It's not really like a well, no, I would say like Clive and Hugo screaming at each other, die, even though there were some problems with the build up to that scene. But when we finally get there, it's actually a pretty damn good scene. Um, 16 has moments, but and again, the opening is like one of the best openings in video games. But unfortunately, almost everything that happens after Sid dies for me is just really not. It kind of falls apart for me in terms of emotional impact and me caring. But I think most of the stuff leading up to that moment was pretty good. High highs and abysmal lows, right? And ultimately, it really just comes down to which one stands out in your mind at the end of the day, right? Like, if at the end of the day you remember the highs of Final Fantasy 15, 16, and those stand out for you the most, then you'll probably like FF16. You'll probably say something like, "Oh yeah, despite those moments, I think it was like one of the best, Final Fantasies in a really long time." Blah 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 blah. And if those low moments like are too low for you, then you'll probably hate the game. And it'll probably be like one of your least favorite FFs for that reason. So Kingdom Trigger, thank you for the super chat. How did CV3 and the Heavensward Rider create a narrative less compelling than the MMO despite all the benefits of it being a single player game? That's a great question, Kingdom Trigger. I think, at least for me, I think it's because they actually leaned out of everything that made Final Fantasy 14 kind of like good. We're gonna start Pitioss right now. But for me, it's because they leaned out of what made FF14 a compelling game, right? And they created something that was like FF14 from a gameplay standpoint, which was actually the thing that I didn't want them to do. I wanted them to create something that was like FF14 from a narrative standpoint, but it was like truly like a single player filling game. But it feels like they did like maybe the opposite, really. They did the gameplay loop of 14, which nobody really wants 14's gameplay loop. That's like the least desirable thing about FF14 is its gameplay loop. And it's questing, like, it's an MMO. And yeah, I've been waiting for you to finally beat Pitioss for over 2 weeks. Okay, the wait is over. I'm so sorry. I was just talking before stream. I was saying, like, dang, 2 weeks I've been like supposed to do this, and then I haven't because things have been happening. I don't think it went in the Game of Thrones directions. Tactics was pretty much. Well, I mean, according to Yoshi P, at least, he made the devs sit down and watch all of Game of Thrones in order to replicate it, like to replicate the tone, because he said like that's the tone that he wanted for the game. So Uh, whether you feel like it didn't do that or did do that, according to him at least, that was their goal in making 16. So replicate season 8 of Game of Thrones too. Yeah. Debatably, depending on who you're asking. Okay, there we go. And watch Game of Thrones is sad when you can play an Evilise game. But that's also like what's crazy to me, right? Is that I'm just like, Final Fantasy has like its own rich history to draw from, and that's not to say that you can't draw from external stuff, right? But it's just so, I don't understand why they have to be like, let's go chase like this and that trend. Do you not know that this is world famous game series Final Fantasy, the thing that other people want to chase? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to be like, ah, yeah, we're gonna do Game of Thrones or something like that. Do you, brother? Do you? You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to. Fuck, I always forget to hop off and get those items. But okay. So let's go ahead and do our shortcut. I actually don't know the official way to do this shortcut, but we'll just get back using our shortcut. Which one is it? Is it speed and movement? Okay. We'll do this so that we can get back to where we were. And then we'll disable it. Cool. The fact that this will take NSP 5 minutes tops if NSP figures it out sends me. Wait, this whole thing will take 5 minutes tops if I figure it out? Fuck. Why are you 9 to 5, Luna? Because maybe I have work to do, and then after I get off work, I want to like die. You ever thought about that? Oh wait, what the fuck? Oh wait, is this the beginning? What the fuck? Wait, I'm so confused. Okay, hold on. Okay, it is. Hold on. Let's go back through there. Bro's gonna redo the whole dungeon for fun? No way. Revelation will have a jump button, but only in the Pitioss copycat dungeon that they add in a cave outside of Icicle Inn. You joke, but that actually sounds Kino as fuck. Okay. Let's see. Have we gotten this chest? Okay, we did. Okay. Nice, nice. Let's see. Oh, wait. Okay. Well, then I guess there's nothing for me over here. Did we get this chest? No. Dude, I think Pitioss should come back in Revelation. Fuck it. Pitioss should not fucking come back, bros. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is crazy. Okay. We did it. Oh my god. Oh wait, let me make my... Oops. Make me a little bit smaller. I like to be like right here. And we'll be like right there. There we go. Interesting. Oh, wait. A shortcut. Oh. And that's how you're supposed to get back there from the beginning. Okay. Cool. And we just didn't get the shortcut. Eh. Also just realized that there's no, like, treasure chests in this game. At all. You only, like, find items on the ground. Oh, 1 second. Thing crashed. There we go. It's back. Sweet. I think Verum Rex will have no Disney, so maybe we can get a trilogy of games like the Versus Epic. It'll be KH without Disney, like what Versus was going to be. Yeah, I think that'd be cool. I just hope that Versus, I mean, Verum Rex is like its own IP and not just Disney, you know? Mostly because I don't think we need two, like, 2 Kingdom Hearts, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think we need a Kingdom Hearts and then a Kingdom Hearts Verum Rex or anything like that. Like, if Verum Rex is just more Kingdom Hearts...
Challenge accepted.
If Verum Rex is just more Kingdom Hearts, then, I feel like, what's the point, right? Where the fuck were we? Through here. Up here, and then we platformed, okay. Please tell me that when the data mine stream happens, there's a lot to talk about regarding Pitioss. I have to ask, Acid Rain. I'll admit that scheduling the talk with him has slipped my mind, so actually I need to hit him back up and see if we could still do that. But he's down. Fuck! Where the hell is the checkpoint? I mean, the shortcut. Oh, here we go. Oh my fucking god, bros. Oh my fucking god, bros. Oh my fucking god. Skill. Okay. Okay. Let me just, Aha! Here we go. Let's go. Another checkpoint. Oh, awesome. So now we could just run through here. But actually, what's the point? I guess we still need to keep going, right? Okay. Well, that's convenient. Okay. Okay. Nice. Speed run tech. Fuck. 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 God, that's why they put a checkpoint here. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, bros. Wait. Fuck. Oh my god. Oh my god. Nope. I don't care. I don't care about the item. But the fact that they have Noctis programmed to say yes there, and the fact that there's like literally a checkpoint there, says it all, right? Wow. I think I could just go for this one. Yeah, there we go. What the hell? Huh. Only thing I can think of is to hop over to that thing. I think that's what you do, honestly. Oh, God. Wow. Oh. Wow, let's go. Oh my God. Don't jump and attack? Why not? It's called tech, bro. I think, oops. Well, I think that was it anyway. Oh yeah, because you can get back up there from here. Cool. Platinum bangle. Yay. Fuck. For further jumps, you need the dagger attack? Really? Let me try that. I guess it doesn't matter which daggers. These are Amat. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I see. Cool. Huh, maybe you don't always want further. Shadow Master Key, what's up? Glad y'all can enjoy my suffering. Okay. Let's see if I can. I assume this is the right way. I don't even know, but we're gonna find out. It is? Okay. Fuck. Oh. Oh, let's go. Okay. Okay. What the hell do I do up here? You gotta be fucking kidding me. You gotta be fucking kidding me. Can't I jump on top of there? Nope. Fuck. Okay. Why did you try that? Because I felt like God should be nicer to specifically me. That's why. And he should allow me to have just like a little bit of cheat for fun. Oh, wait, I think my controller disconnected. Reconnect it. There it goes. This wouldn't be so bad if just getting up here wasn't such a trying thing to do. Oh god, oh god, oh god. Oh, let's go. Oh, I might be the very best at video games. You're playing as Luna, you're not given any chances, so true. Nice. Daggers, let's go. Give me a little boost. We must regroup. Oh. Nice. Okay. This dungeon would be fire if it was designed around the existing jump mechanics in the game. Right, yeah. Basically, the designer realized how bad the jump mechanics were in this game, and it was meta aware. So he's like, what if I like made something where you just had to do all the bad jumps anyways? Like, what if I put all these items on this like tightrope and you have to walk it, and also the the jump button and the pick up item buttons is the same. Like, Pitioss is so painfully self-aware of how bad the controls are in this game, and it thought it would be funny if like it just made you deal with it. Oh, fuck yeah, let's go. Fuck yes. Oh, I can kind of see how... I mean, I haven't looked into it, but I can kind of see how there's exploits now to cheat on La Pitioss, right? Because all you need to do is figure out some type of way to clip through this. And if you can figure out any way to clip through this right here, you can probably cheese the entire dungeon, huh? Oh, wait, is this going out? Oh, fuck, this is the... My bad. Wait, no. Let's go! We got it! That's the end! Oh my gosh. Oh wait, it's right there? Damn. Oh my god. Bros, that's genuinely funny. Oh wait, did you... Oh, hold on, fuck. Oh shit, Black Lion Guard, thank you for the gift subs. Holy shit, bro, thank you. Let's go. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. You're the best, bro. Also, hold the fuck up. Hold the fuck up. Are you telling me, chat, that this whole time you could technically just... My streamer isn't washed? Chat, I was never washed. I don't even bathe. I'm so not washed. Yo, that's fucking crazy. What would y'all have done if I was like, hey chat, pity y'all streams a day, and I just like just like did that and was like, yo. Also, what the fuck do you mean there's no trophy for that? I'm sorry. What the fuck? That deserves a trophy, bro. Told you this would be quick. I know. No kidding.
Black in here.
Not necessarily, little bro. Oh, let me... Hold on. No. Let me get out of here and say before I start doing cheat shit.
So, you solved all the puzzles?
Sure did. Fair and square. My brain hurts.
Well, then I suppose a good rest is in order.
You got a unique set. Wait, actually, you're right, Tag. Holy shit, you're so right. And I'm thinking in terms of trophies now too, and I'm basically revealing what I myself said I hate about trophy game design. I just did it. I was just like, what the fuck? What do you mean no trophy? I got a cool item that does stuff that you can only get if you beat the hardest dungeon in the game. That is the trophy. That is the reward. And even then, my brain was still like, what do you mean, no trophy? Like, that's crazy if you really stop and think about that. We've been cheated by trophy game design, bros. We're gonna have a lot of fun with this. I didn't even realize you could do this until... Yeah, let's equip it. Since I've never actually gotten Black Hood before. I've just heard about it. Oh, wait, not Founder Sigil. Hell no. Automatically evades attacks. We hate trophy game design. Dude, trophy game design, I think, like, ruins video games, bro. I swear. Linthus, we are winning. We got the fucking Black Hood. Now let's try it out. I don't want to fight a Marlboro because... Well, actually, you know what? Let's fight a fucking Marlboro. 2 Marlboros. Okay, let's see. Auto dodge. Does it do it? Are we gonna be attacked? Nice. It does not work on... It does not work on that. Very cool. Very cool. That was so worth it, chat. Once I actually camp really quickly. No trophies is one of the best decisions Nintendo ever made. 100%. NSP, is versus Cage 4 video going to be one of your next videos? Yes. Right now, what I'm doing is I'm editing down all of the revelation streams into like one ultimate, like, you just need to watch this video in order to like be caught up on everything happening with Revelation. And then after that, my next major like short essay thing is going to be Cage 4. So hopefully both of those things are happening this week. I disabled trophy and I wish I could do so on Steam. 100%. The accessories you got inside the dungeon as well as the item are pretty important for the deep dungeons. They are strong accessories for everyone. Each deep dungeon has its own difficulty and link to it, and they're pretty demanding. Oh yeah, that's right, the deep dungeons. Because I was thinking, like, what should we do next in 15? Because there just is so much. When was I Noctis today? I thought I was Lunar like the whole time.
I'm good to go. Just about away.
Oh, I know where we can test this.
Camping.
Oh fuck, I didn't mean to hit camp.
Problem with camping?
No! No, I can't cancel out of it, can I? I'll just eat the same thing again. I meant to hit train. I want to see if we can fight Aranea. Or at least test the auto dodge. You haven't done all the hunts yet? There are special hunts outside of Animantoys too? Okay. Well, let's do that then. I feel like there's so much post-game to 15 in a way that I feel like 16 really let down, you know?
Ready for this?
Wet RNA, chat.
All right.
Let's go. In the rain, in the mud. Let's do it. Oh, shit. This is crazy. Why even play the game? Yo. Which fucking one of y'all said that the Black Hood is not worth it? Which one of y'all said that the Black Hood is not worth it, dude? Oh yeah, mid-attack it doesn't do anything. Oh wait.
Not too shabby.
But still. Oh yeah, you can still go into stasis, right? Okay. Okay. You can't blink with it on, so no animation cancel. Oh, okay, actually I can very quickly see how this is like a bit overrated. Yeah, this isn't gonna get us to beat Aranea, so. Damn.
You don't stand a chance against the demons, not like that.
Yeah, I mean, saying that 80% of people never touch the post game is pretty much true, because that's actually true of like most games, honestly. Fuck. Oh, what the fuck? I forgot I had jump on. Oh, shit. Yeah. Yeah, Black Hood isn't like auto win every battle, right? Let's try it one more time and see, because I think we just need to be higher level for this, honestly.
Let's see what you can do.
Okay, so you should not warp striker.
You don't stand a chance against the demons, not like that.
You do need to be a higher level. This is like one of the in-game challenges. Yeah. Yeah, there's no way I can do this at the current level. Honestly, if you get hit by her like twice, it's over. And like, I don't even understand like how you're supposed to properly attack her. I feel like there is a cheap way of doing this. And the cheap way of doing this is this, and then let's see. Let's see. Got all these good items here. What would happen if I... No. You're better off coming back later? Okay. That's fair. Will it not let me escape the craft menu? Okay, there it goes. Or... what if I just like... and I just cheese the whole time. Luna with a gun? Yeah, it's literally the I'm a healer, but meme.
Stand a chance against the demons, not like that.
Arnia can be interrupted in the air if she does her rapid air movements, just not when she does her charging attack. Yeah, dang. She's tough. Okay, let's move on. Oh yeah, we can just return to the car. I think we go into here and return the car. Wait, we don't even need to return to the car. We could just fast travel. Well, I guess we still would need to return to it. Wow, we have to fly out of here. Before we face the hardest boss in the game. Let's save. Oh.
Ready for more? You bet.
Let's hit it.
That was the most fucking Final Fantasy 15 moment ever, bro. Holy shit.
Sure want to talk.
Oh, wait, I keep pressing jump. I'm so stupid. I keep hitting jump. Okay. I also have my gun on. Okay. Wait. Garuda? A fucking course. Kingdom Trigger, thank you for the super chat. Do you know why Osaka takes so long between KH games? Aren't they the same team that made KH3? Why isn't that leading to faster dev times for KH? That's a great question. The reason that is not leading to faster dev times for Kingdom Hearts is because Kingdom Hearts is a incredibly hard game to make. Every game in Kingdom Hearts, or every world in Kingdom Hearts, is basically its own little mini AAA game, right? They can't reuse assets across any of the different worlds. Everything is unique.
The color's amazing.
And it is kind of a pain in the ass to make. KH dev times are pretty much always going to be super long going forward. Unless they like literally go back to the PS2 style and they never touch any of the Pixar films, because I mean, otherwise, you know, whenever they're doing like Pixar stuff, that's always going to take quite a bit of time. So yeah, I mean, they probably did reuse a lot of Sora's animations from in SP. Are you cheating? No, it's post game. You cannot drive when enemies are near. Oh my god! What the fuck? What the fuck? Oh. I'm so dead. Oh my god, bros. Oh my god. That is the funniest shit ever. Oh my god. This is the greatest game of all time. Yeah, you want to talk about emergent gameplay? Final Fantasy 15 has emergent gameplay, bros. Yeah, someone clip that, please. That's fucking hilarious. Okay. Oh god. Oh fuck, dude. Oh fuck. Oh my god. Kingdom Trigger, thank you for another super, bro. They really should have concluded KH with 3 and just move on to Verum Rex. KH fans are Nomina fans, not Disney fans, no matter what they say. I think that's true. Like people like Disney, of course, but I think at the end of the day, people do follow Kingdom Hearts for Nomina, and to me, that's just kind of the end of it, you know? That being said, I don't think that there's any way for him to break away from it, and Disney is going to want more Kingdom Hearts, and Square Enix's bottom line, they're going to want more Kingdom Hearts, right? So, end result there is that he has to make more Kingdom Hearts. There's no way around it. Oh, you mean the original car from Versus? It was actually called the Phantom. Wait, was it really? I didn't know that. Where was that said? The Phantom makes more sense, though, for Versus's story. Also, I shouldn't do all of this flying. So when this game came out, I would prefer to use the airship to fast traveling, because I was just like, this feels more like Final Fantasy to me. And then every time I would land, it would be like I did all that for nothing, because I would die when I landed, and it sucked. Skill issue? Yeah. Skill issue from the fucking developers, bro. KH reusing animation isn't the new thing. That isn't reused are environmental stuff, which is probably the thing that take the longest. Probably that was the part that reused was Verum Rex's asset from the Secret episode. Probably the quickest part of development, despite people assuming the realistic stuff is why we were waiting 5 years. Right. And also, too, we don't know how much Disney has interfered with all of this. Right? Like, you gotta remember that Disney at any point in time can just be like, we don't like this, redo it, right? I'm sure that tons of revisions have to happen. And so, Yes, NSP, but Nomina did talk about retiring soon. Yeah, he has. And I do think he wants to get Verum Rex out in some form before he does. How old is Nomina? 55. He's not that old, but he's not that young either, right? So he does kind of have to start thinking about what the next 10 or 20 years look like. So one of the reasons this game makes you land on the road is specifically because that's like one of the technical solutions for landing here. Because the Regalia obviously can't land okay. We fucking made it, boys. We fucking made it. Oh my gosh, we did it. Oh. Let's go. I was getting so nervous, bros. I was getting so nervous. I feel like the Regalia Type F should have been the default design for the Regalia. It kind of is. This was basically the Versus 13 design for it. And it's very obvious to me that in Versus, the car was originally going to be like, have like a moment where it's like, wait, this is also an airship? And you're going to be able to fly it, right? Does Nomina even have an understudy, right? To pass off Kingdom Hearts 2, right? Who is his successor?
Great range of
Tai Yasue, I guess? Well, yeah, actually, that makes sense. Tai Yasue would be the guy who's next in command for... I guess I talked to you? Do we have this quest complete?
Thanks for the help, Prince. Have y'all considered becoming hunters full-time? Let's see. This here's for paint. That one's going for treatment. Oh, shoot, I gotta phone Holly. Well, looks like another sleepless night.
Seriously?
Got a few folks waiting on repairs, so duty calls. Anywho, as promised, here's your reward.
I can see them passing the writing over to Tomoko
Try her out.
Kanemaki. Adapted the games into the novels and is partially responsible for creating Shion. Okay. From the way it sounds, it seems Nomina doesn't have a protege. Yeah. It doesn't seem like there is like a specific
Hey,
guy.
Can I borrow you for a sec?
Yes.
Another favor?
You're gonna ask me that every time, ain't ya? But as it were, I was
Luna's wrist
hoping
is
you might
broken
find
in that
something
pose.
for me.
No problem. One of us will do anything for you.
We're just glad to have Luna
What
around,
would
bro.
that be? Anywho, I need y'all to fetch me some fiberglass coating. I asked a hunter to bring some back, but wouldn't you know?
Oh.
Fella took a break somewhere and left it behind. Funny
This
thing
actually
is, I
shows you how
ordered
much
it
smaller,
last night. If
like,
y'all
Luna's
can make
waist
it
is
for me,
compared
I'll
to
throw it on
Noctis.
the regalia for you.
Is that at the bottom?
I can't believe Cindy is slaving away all night.
She certainly didn't seem to mind.
Well, it sounds like sleep comes second to her work.
It helps it's her dream job. Who knew the hunters made deliveries?
In addition to kicking ass and keeping the peace.
Well,
I didn't know about Hamaguchi leading FF until a while after Remake Part 1. Yeah, Nomura doesn't really
Right behind
care to
I felt a drop. Precipitation.
like be the guy fully working on a thing. Or like, how should I say, like the director. Like that's not like a big deal for him in most cases. He'd rather have someone else kind of doing that on the ground while he just focused on the creative parts. I wonder if we're strong enough to take on that big guy yet. Probably not. What level is he? Let's actually find out. I hope Mobius gets an offline version too. Mobius is what Stranger of Paradise should have been, I think. Artistically and possibly narratively. I think that was like a better version of that same idea. Let me see. Kingdom Trigger, thank you so much for the super. Connecting Kingdom Hearts to Verum Rex is just SE repeating the same mistakes. That would signal to potential new Verum Rex fans that they shouldn't bother unless they play KH. They needed to have no baggage. Thank you so much for the super. I do think that there's a little bit too much weighing on Verum Rex if it does become its own P for sure. Because you're right, if it is deeply connected to KH in such a way that like
Feels like we become Cindy's personal errand boys.
Yeah, isn't it great?
You seem pleased.
Lucky you.
how do people not like Prompto? I don't understand, man. I think he's so goated. He's just like, bro, I love being used by beautiful women. He's so great. Need one for Opera Omnia too. Opera Omnia will be a harder case to make into a full game on its own, right? Because there's no asset reuse for Opera Omnia whatsoever. They would have to redo the assets. Wait, why is there a thing here? Can I not go out there and fight him? Do you have to start this as a hunt? You didn't have to do that in Dusky. I don't remember you being able to fight them at all. You can fight them in Dusky, right? Wasn't that a thing in episode Dusky where you could fight them? What the fuck? Dusky really is the better. Yeah, but you could do a lot of things in Dusky you can't do in this game. That's true. But dang, that sucks. What the fuck? Oh, wrong one. What the fuck? I was like, oh, I'm gonna fight the big boy. But then you can't fight the big boy. There's a hunt to fight one? Yes, it's a hunt. Oh, okay. It's a hunt. Okay. Oh, then let me go back to that area then. In Dusky and see.
Ask around a little.
It's up to knocked.
Okay, it just has to be triggered by a hunt. You can't just run up to them like you could in Dusky.
Welcome back. You find the place all right?
Yep, sure did.
No surprise there. Y'all can hang on to that. That's your reward. Spray your car with a coat of that stuff, and it'll keep her looking spick and span. Y'all want to treat the old girl right, don't you? And nothing feels better than driving around in a clean car.
Man, I love how passionate Cindy gets when she talks about cars.
Yeah, it's actually pretty cute.
What? Dude, could you not?
Not bad.
That's so funny.
Well, hey there, Prince.
Another favor?
You guessed it. Must be written all over my face. You see, one of our regulars tipped me off to something real special. Little thing called a supercharger, and a pretty powerful one at that. You boys wouldn't happen to be interested in one, would you? Fella snatched it from a scrap car, but didn't know what to do with it, so he left it. If y'all want it, it's yours for the taking.
Okay.
The supercharger comes with Cindy's seal of approval. I bet it's worth the search.
And if we find the supercharger, maybe we'll earn her seal of approval too.
You hear this? As if he actually has a chance.
Let the kid dream.
So I'm thinking after 15, we do either Kingdom Hearts 2 or Rebirth hard mode. What would you guys personally prefer to see? Rebirth? Are you paying attention to the World Cup now that it's in America? No. Because the problem is that even though the World Cup is in America, I'm still American and I don't care about soccer. FF16 fuck off tag. You know better. Yeah, Tactics is still on the list. Tactics is still on the list. Let's see if we go back to Dusk Eye. Actually, wait. Oh shit, what part of Dusk Eye was that in? That we just went to? Probably the Conthus rest area, I think. So a lot of 15 in-game for you to do? Yeah. You can finish Sky first chapter remake on stream. Thank you so much, Roy Mustang, for the super. Yeah, I still want to go back and finish Sky, because I do want to play the second chapter. But yeah, I kind of fell off of it at the end chapter. I had a dream you did a KH2 video 2 nights ago. Oh shit. Okay, then I have to do it. I have to do it. I have been dying to go back and have us do like a KH2 stream. So I do feel like it's time.
Want to help thin out the pest population?
Dang, which one is it even at? I guess we'll just take all of these and do them.
Knock 'em out.
Maybe I'll do like a
Terrific.
members / Patreon only like vote for it.
We have a target.
You need to be a really high rank for these hunts? Okay. Well then let's just boost our hunt rank.
Terrific.
Are you gonna stream Residence when it comes
I'll be
out?
waiting to hear the good news.
I will stream Residence, provided that I don't get like a review code for it first, and I probably will. So, well, honestly, I may just stream like another playthrough of it, honestly. So that may not like impact anything, to be honest. So. Wait, let me just go to the car. Fuck is the regalia? There we go. How are you supposed to be Ursula in Kingdom Hearts 1? I'm a grown-ass man and still can't kill that boss. Brother. That is KH1. I don't even know how else to say it. Like, that is the first Heart of the Kingdom video game. That is the experience. It's like, fuck, this is so hard. I'm just a kid. How do I beat this? And then you come back 10, 20 years later, and you're like, fuck, I'm an adult, and I still don't know how to do this. I still don't know how to beat this boss. And it's like, yep. Now you're truly hearting the kingdom. Let's go. The big lake keister is Ulster Slaw. It's the hunt Marsh Madness at the Crow's Nest close to it. Okay, wait. So then let's see if we can grind to that. To be able to do that. Or wait. Parking spot. Wait, is the parking spot called the Crow's Nest? So I feel like that's the name of a parking spot. No. Well, we gotta get our hunt rank up anyway, and we're already here. So let's just do it. Honestly, though, as much as Reunion would fit Part 3, I genuinely think there is no better name than Revelation. Revelation did end up being kind of like the name for me, personally speaking. I was like, yo, I don't think that there is any other name that would be better than this in hindsight. Roy Mustang, thank you for the super. I played KH2 for the first time a few days ago. I quit at Disney Castle. It was very boring to me. Massively overrated game. Wait, so then you quit after like the tutorial? Bro, there's still so much game. I highly encourage that you give it another shot. If you liked KH1 especially, I think you'd really like KH2. It's one of the best games of all time. Widely praised. Not overrated in the slightest. I promise. What the fuck?
Oh, hi there, opening. Nice one, Pronto.
Okay.
Sorry to bring this up. One time. Sure thing.
Roy, thank you for the super chat. You quit KH1 at Agrabah? Bro, why? KH1 and 2 are like goat games. Bro, if you can stay through with Trails the whole time, you can stay through with Kingdom Hearts IMO. Very similar in like a lot of ways. Okay, nice. And then let's hit the next one.
It just occurred King's Knight.
Huh?
There's 4 of them. Just like in the...
Let's return to the car.
Well, then.
Don't forget to start experimenting with more party skills, since some of the ones are bros you never really touched despite being useful in their own ways. Yeah, let's actually try that. Let's try messing around more with combat while we're doing this. I didn't really recall liking Cyclone too much. Royal Guard, Tempest. Well, we can try Cyclone again. Regroup is just too OP. Element. And then Piercer, we'll try. Recoil, maybe. And then, oh, whoa, we got AP. Holy shit, do we have AP. Recover with a fully stacked. Okay. We really don't need stamina. Teamwork. Boost shock damage. Boost Venom Fang damage. Antagonize damage. Ultimate Death Blow? What the fuck? Okay. Equip 3 accessory slots. That's also pretty useful. It's the last thing I should spend on. Is that like number of levels game? Is that like retroactive too, by the way? Trigger happy, yeah. So we'll get trigger happy for Prompto actually. And then that'll be it for now. It's retroactive, it scales with your level? Oh shit. Well then dang, maybe I should have got that. Okay. And then... Wait. Actually, yes. Trigger happy. FF15 is so funny because the defensive options being so whack makes the RPG stats matter a lot more. I know. Oh my god, is that Annie? Hello. Noctis look kind of different. That's crazy. Yeah, I mean, he looking a little cuter than normal lately. That's for sure. He's a little cute nowadays, I have to say. So... let's experiment more, chat. Let's really dive into combat. So we'll try daggers, and then we'll also try lances. Radiant lance. That sounds like a good option. So Annie, I have a big question for you. Which one did you enjoy more? 15 or 16? This is something we deliberate in chat. Well, I think most of the chatters here are more into 15. You enjoy 15 more? Okay, yeah. Yeah, I think most of the chatters here feel pretty similar to you. It's just because I feel like 15... It's funny because 15 also, I just feel like, even though it technically is like the more flawed game, it just
Look at all these lights. What a relief.
is not as fun or interesting
It's a bay.
as 15 is. Roy Mustang, thank you for another super. I've also played KH3. I quit at the Tangle World. So wait, you played all 3 mainline games and you just quit? I would say, see if you can finish Kingdom Hearts 2. Because that's kind of the peak of the series, I think. And if you like, and if you find yourself come around to that, then you can like consider being into Kingdom Hearts. But if you finish KH2 and it's still not for you, then Kingdom Hearts will never be for you. Actually, hold on. Let me go to you first. It's 1,000. Honestly, you need more HP more than you need anything else. What gives you the most HP? Silver bangles. Okay. I think it's gonna be the platinum bangle. Because this motherfucker dies all the goddamn time. And I know I could put the Kingsglaive fits on everybody, but can I be real with you guys for a second? I fucking hate the Kingsglaive garbs. I do, actually. I don't like them. I think they're ugly and stupid looking. I really dislike them. Lightning damage. Recovers HP faster. Oh, that's actually a pretty solid increase. Oh, wait. Did I take off his Lucii thing? The talisman? Oh shit, I did. See if it's in here. Yeah, it's too valuable to take off. Always recommend just going around all the restaurants to eat the food to unlock the recipes. Oh, true. Red Mustang, thank you for the super chat. I think KH is the most overrated RPG franchise ever. It's like Call of Duty RPGs for me. Lots of sales because of Disney, no real quality. That's so... Bro, that's so not true. That's crazy. What are you saying? What are you saying? What are you saying? What are you saying, bro? That's just not true. It's literally one of the most legendary franchises of all time. At the very least, the first 2 games are like some of like the most legendary games ever. I wish, yeah, people wish like KH was getting Call of Duty ass releases. That would be like really, really good. But also, you just said that you never beat one, so I would recommend trying to beat one with the fair lens. And I think you'll understand what makes it cool. KH feels more like an RPG than FF16. Dude, KH is 1000% more of an RPG than FF16. It's like not even close. There's elemental weaknesses, there's party members, there's equipment that actually does stuff, there's different builds. KH is way more RPG.
Yeah, you guys better take this one.
I don't even think you can remake KH1, honestly.
Not much mention it.
Dude, KH2's combat is the GOAT. How much gil do you have? Some good food can go up to 200k and is insanely cracked. That's actually a great question. How much gil do I have? I have $8.
Enough talk. Time for some action.
You see what I mean by everything attacks at once in this game? It's like crazy. Like how hold on, let me actually record some footage for this. Because this is actually a really easy way for me to get footage for this point in my essay. Is that everything just kind of attacks in this game. And there's no... My understanding is that in most action games, there's like a token system, and it's passed around to the currently attacking enemy, right? And they make it so that all the enemies are never all attacking at one time. But in this game, like, all enemies just attack at one time. And it's kind of crazy. Because it's like, what enemy am I supposed to focus on right now, right?
Here we go. Over here.
Nice.
Here we go. Over here.
It's not looking so hot. Agnes!
I've just the thing.
Not the time for horseplay! Didn't mean to do that. Pronto!
Nice. I actually do like using the analog stick for combos. I think you guys are wrong. Not you guys, but like the general internet sphere about the analog stick combos. I don't think they're that bad.
Shall we shop a bit?
Yeah, let's do it. Come on.
I think the hate for them is a little overplayed, honestly. With the way people talk about FF16, I don't think CS3 will touch mainline again. Well, I mean, I don't know. There's some people that love 16. I know some people that like.
Oh, girl could really
I have friends that's like.
And then we'd best stop at the nearest
Like
petrol
that
station.
is like their favorite one. So you know, there are some people that really loved it, but I think that there are definitely some people that fucking hate it. So there is definitely both. There's definitely people that love it, and definitely people that fucking hate it. Overwhelm? Okay, let me see if I have that. I'll try it out. Yeah, analog combos are dope. Yeah, I think they are too. I like those type of combos. I just think it could have been better here. 100%. There's no question about that. Yeah. Yeah, I think that CS3 should be making more 14, obviously, and then they should be making FF Genshin, and those should be like their main things. Wait, is this supposed to be nighttime only, or what? What the fuck? How did advance time 12 hours? Oh wait, it's down here. And it's the same fucking time. Okay, there we go. Oh, no, I guess it went from being like 5 a.m. to like 5 p.m. or something, yeah. Okay, they're not... Oh, are they just... Okay, daggers work on them. Cyclone.
Over here.
How do I even do it? Like... Claudio says over here, and I try to point word to him, and then it doesn't work. What the fuck? I guess maybe because I'm locked onto something. Who the fuck is this? No. Fuck you, Garuda. I'm not doing it. Oh, wrong one. I meant to do trigger happy. That's okay.
My pleasure.
This is great. I love Final Fantasy 15.
Temper.
This will be quick.
Oh, so this mod, if you guys didn't notice, lets you dual wield Sword of the Father and the engine sword at the same time. Engine blade. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Nothing ever survives long enough to make this anything other than like a weird mini game that happens in combat sometimes, but it's fun.
Say your prayers.
Everything we have.
Where'd you learn that one, Doc?
Getting by.
Well, here we are.
Sorry.
Got you.
Allow me.
This game's combat is just so fun to fuck around in, man.
Try this. Takes more than that to face me.
Time to cut and run.
Except
Last words.
when stuff like that happens. It's so funny.
Moment too soon.
Okay. And then Last one. Oh wait, there's a treasure here.
Last thing I need now. Eyes peeled, mouth
What the fuck? Is this another magic? Oh my god, dude.
No more Mr. Nice Guy.
Okay, there we go. Now I can pick up the item. Yeah, that's my favorite crowd control attack. Wait, why the fucking wrong menu? Why can't I return the car? What the fuck?
Knocked. Overhead.
Oh, of course. Because another Magitech trooper is spawning. Oh, my infinite jump turned off. That's sad. I don't know how I turned it off.
A dreary day.
Yeah.
They got so many fucking Imperials to send. It's crazy. It's crazy. Can you download a mod to get rid of all the mobs? I mean, I'm pretty sure...
This one's no
Well, there might be like a mod to like, to reduce the number of Magitechs that come. But I do feel like MT jump scares, yeah, they are part of the fun of the game.
A Magitech engine. It's close.
Oh. Is this as close? Oh, fuck. Is it? No! No! Not Castle Mark! No! Damn. It's fighting the boss again? Oh my god. Are you serious?
Really? Again?
That's for the wicked.
We'll do it though. Because this is a good footage farm for the essay. Interesting. Let's try this. I don't feel that much faster. Is it glitching? I'm definitely not running at 4 times speed. Huh.
Let's head in.
Try not to get lost.
You get lost.
Castle Mark round 2. At least we don't have to do the thing again, right? Like the puzzle. You are faster, but not much, it seems. Okay. Yeah, very strange. Oh, most of the hordes are gone. This is wonderful. That was so dramatic for such a short walk. So all the enemies I killed stay dead? That's cool. Except for that one big ass hallway, I assume. Yeah, there are Magitech mechs and such. Yeah, so it's definitely, I mean, not the most well-kept secret that Quadratum is literally Insomnia, but yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure they can ever respawn. I mean, this is pretty crazy considering we did this before beating the game and the enemies still have not respawned. Which I also think is crazy from like a tech perspective because I'm like, how do they manage that? Like every mob is kept track of by the game. Like, there should be a mob in here. Because I don't think I ever did that. Maybe the mobs disappeared because I beat the dungeon. Could just be one flag per mob. Maybe. The puzzle is still open, but I believe... Okay, so wait, I will have to do the puzzle again? If that's the case, I will, like... I'll leave. Wait, where the fuck? Do I go from here? Okay, through here, I guess. But then, that can't be right. Can it? Only puzzle you need to do is make sure you do the right direction and not loop all the way around. So make sure that you take the right turns during all the coup presses. Okay. Mega potion, nice. Okay, we're almost back. Oh, that was so fast without all of the enemies clogging up our asshole. That's the teleport back. Wait, how do we do this again, though? Is it just that one that lets us proceed? Or... So then we do have to do this puzzle all over again. It's not the entire puzzle? Okay, wait, which one do I start with? Do you know? It's about choosing the right cube? Okay. And then I don't suppose you could, like... Let me look it up. Right, because you can press any of them. Wouldn't this be the one? Okay, I'll let Tag figure that out for the meantime. Because if I hit the wrong one, let me also try looking it up too. Or actually, let's see, what's the quest name? Fiend of the Fall Grove? Fall Grove, FF15. Found the video? Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can. Let me see. Watching the video now. Okay. Wait. Hold on. Which one is that? I'm so confused. Hold on. Is that in the corner of the room? He starts up at the top. And he goes to the back corner. The back left corner. And then there should be growls in the background if you do it correctly. Okay. Okay. Bottom left corner. Or right corner. I guess it just depends on which way you're looking at it. But I'm pretty sure it was this one. Oh shit, hold on. Let me just double check one more time. Oh wait, it's not that one. It's not that one. It's the other one, I think. Because he had two cubes next to each other. Wait. Neither of them have, like, the two next to each other. Wait, what the fuck? Only these ones up front do. So wait, where the fuck did he actually go? If he started up here in the front. And then he went to... Okay. And then he goes to... Yeah, he says he goes to this one back here. Oh. Oh, the map just disoriented me then. So then it is this one. Yeah, okay. Okay, sweet. Now, proceed, I guess, right? Will you fucking... It's the dawn of the future we were promised, you're right. That's where you need to be careful. If you loop around into the room with the Iron Giants again, dude, oh my god. I would just restart the game at that point. Also, I don't even feel like this is like really a puzzle even. It's just like, it's like literally just guesswork. Like that's all it is. I don't understand how it's a puzzle in any way.
Let me give the orders this time. Just keep it short.
It's simple.
Attack.
What's the idea? I'm one of the good guys. Remember?
Is this the part? Because is there two different ways you can even go? I don't think so. There's only one way. The next one is where you need to be extra careful. Okay.
Enough talk. Time for some action.
Let's all get ourselves away.
Alright.
Wide open.
Yeah, this is not too bad so far.
Onward.
Yep.
Okay. After this, you have to make a direction choice. Okay. Do you know which direction it is? I can check the video. Okay. Go.
We needn't waste more time.
Yeah. You what hit him?
None the worse for wear.
Bring on the
Okay.
next one.
Oops. Let me just check. Should be the circle on the ground? Okay. Let me just check, just in case. Okay, it is indeed the one with the circle on the ground. Just gotta make sure you're not trolling me, bro. Because I crash the fuck out otherwise. It's just odd that Square seems to want us to forget about this game. The year's halfway over. It's so odd, NSP. Is doing more promotion of it than SE themselves. Yeah. They do not want you to remember this thing ever happened. It's so crazy. They're like, please move on and forget about 15. But I think the funny thing is how much more successful 15 is than most of their recent stuff. And yet, they also hate the game too. It's just crazy. I feel like this is a game where they could just be making so much, I mean, a lot of money off of. Oh, that's cool. I do like Overwhelm. Even the post-launch sales have been better than most of their games. Just look at Remake and Rebirth. And especially 16. Yeah, no, for sure. Okay, so this isn't a direction. It's just here. I think we're good for now. Did it do well sales-wise? 15? Yeah. 15 is the definition of doing well sales-wise. The best the series can do for the most part. How the fuck was that? Okay. Around 10 million, right? Yeah. I wouldn't be too surprised if it's inched to 11 million in all this time. I wouldn't be surprised. But yeah, basically everything that Square keeps thinking is going to make them sell 10 million doesn't. And I feel that they just don't have the right focus on things. Which is fairly obvious, right? But fuck it, Garuda. Do your thing, sis. Oh, Rama. What? Crazy. Not Garuda?
Is the storm ready to rage?
Just say when.
Would you say that most people like FF15 more than 16? I don't know, actually. I would, well, I would say, like, if we're defining most people as, like, the ceiling of Final Fantasy sales, like, then I would say most people just haven't even played 16 to, like, even know, right? Because if we're assuming that, like, let's say 16's at 4 million sales, and, you know, we know that 15 is at 10 million, then, like, that's 6 million people that haven't even touched 16 at all, right? So, I would say that most people just haven't even played it. Kingdom Trigger, thank you for the super. I feel like the game's success is a combination of not just sales, but reception as well. For example, RE6 is one of the highest selling games, but Capcom is aware it's not a good rep of the brand. Yeah. Sales and how good a game is are not necessarily tied together, for sure. Speaking of sales, over the weekend, FF7R hit 9K concurrent users, and we have to track 2 million on Steam. Well, 2 million on Steam is actually crazy when you consider that probably at least 1 million people bought it on Epic before it came to Steam, right? Because my copy of 7R is still on Epic. Because that's where it came to PC first. So I'm like, dang, all the people that still have that game from Epic plus Steam, that's crazy. I do think that Revelation will boost remake sales. It seems to already be doing it because the concurrent users is going up. Now, granted, that could just be because they had a Steam sale recently, and so people are playing it because it was on sale, and that's why they bought it. But I still would say that bodes well for Revelation either way. So it seems people are playing it more. I think 7R games will be successful in the long haul, right? I think they'll do discounts and bundles, and it'll be on everything, and maybe they'll even do a final mix version where they add all the features from Revelation back into Remake and the Rebirth, and I think they'll be okay long term. The most important thing, honestly, though, for it doing well long term, I think is actually Revelation sticking the landing. So people need to say that Revelation is goated, generational. The story was incredible, and that needs to be the narrative surrounding Revelation. And I think if it is, then I think the future of 7R is going to be okay. Like, it's not... I'm not going to be that worried about it. If people are like, Revelation's ending was mid, and I feel like I wasted 7 years of my life, and and it's along those lines, then I'll be like a little worried for like where it's going to be. But they just really have to stick the landing with the ending and make people feel like that ending was worth it. And if they can do that, I don't think there's a big worry around where the game will be at. But we'll see. We'll see. I was worried I like clipped through the wall for a second and ended up on the wrong side. Trilogy is definitely going to get a 100% complete definitive edition where they merge all 3 games together into one, or a year or two later with quality of life editions. Yeah, honestly, I think everyone would love if they merged all the games together into one. That's like a really commonly requested thing. I don't know how technically possible that would be. It sounds impossible to me, honestly. Just based on the fact that doing that means re-engineering a lot of stuff, but it also means rebalancing the games, and each one of the games is different experiences. There's just so much that makes me feel like, is that possible? So, I don't know. Wow, okay, okay. Am I gonna cheese this whole thing with Prompto? Let's go. Let's go. Okay.
One last push. Suffice to finish them off.
Guess you're not sick of me just yet. Hey, Ignis, instructions.
All we've got.
Oh shit, a cross chain, let's go. Oh fuck, I fucked it up. I fucked up the cross chain. No. What Well, that was easy. Wow, let's go.
Hotel bed.
Oh my gosh.
Camp's not gonna cut it tonight.
So easy, bros. We must regroup. I'm not sure how they're going to keep Revelation under 200 gigabytes, considering Rebirth plus New Zones plus Midgar. It's going to be an insanely big game. I mean, dude, and it gets even crazier when, you know, if we talk about, like, merging all the games into one, if that's something that they do, then I'm just like, how the fuck are they going to make that a reasonable file size? File size has been used for a lot of bullshit things that aren't necessarily the reason, just kind of an excuse they give sometimes, but like, file size for merging all the games into one is going to be crazy, right? Because each game's 100 gigabytes. And if we assume that Revelation is, I mean, bare minimum, the same size as Rebirth, well, that's true. They'd reuse a lot of the assets and textures, so it wouldn't be so bad.
Knocked. Overhead.
But then, actually, I don't know if that's fully true, because I don't even know if they could use them, because the cloud model in Revelation is different than the one in Rebirth, right? So just that alone, they would have to change the model in Remake.
We need to increase our supply of curatives.
Gotcha.
And yeah, so they'd have to like redo all the models. Not redo them, but replace all the models with the newer models. And then this is actually quite a bit of work as I think about it. I don't think they're going to do it.
Been waiting for you.
I think they're going to sell them as a bundle. I could see them bringing back new quality of life features to the old versions, but it's really difficult for me to imagine them, like, making them one game. I think a bundle is as far as they go, but add in quality of life features, right? Because the amount of engineering they'd have to do to make it one game is fucking ridiculous. It would basically be a brand new game. In that sense, it would take a lot of money and a lot of time, and I just don't see them being interested in doing that.
So are we ready for a feast?
Oh wow, the fact that I never even talked to him to add these to my map. Oops.
When you're ready, I'll take your order. I'll whip it up right away.
Can you imagine down the line they will sell FF7 Remake as one? Nah, that's what we were just talking about. And honestly, I do not see that happening.
I dare say I could make this a camp.
I think it is just too much. It's just too crazy.
These suckers are
Is that all the hunts there? Okay. Nice. Yeah, it's entirely impractical. What I would like to see, however, is fans reverse engineering the game as time goes along, and them trying to make it possible. You should play the rest of the stream with the blood moon weather. Oh yeah. But let me save first before we fool around with any of that.
Me, I guess?
No prob. Leave it to me.
What? No, I was
I feel like 7R doesn't get like great mods, like truly great mods, in the same way that like Kingdom Hearts does. Now you look at like the mods for Kingdom Hearts 3, it's fucking crazy, right? I think there's like a whole ass like multiplayer online mod. There's play as other character mods. You know, there's like what the fuck? Like the mods for KH3 are ridiculous. The mods for all the Kingdom Hearts games are ridiculous. And then I mean, Birth by Sleep's got crazy mods. Kingdom Hearts 2 has fucking crazy mods. By the way, for the Birth by Sleep mods, I know that there's a lot of combat overhaul mods that I watched. Is there a combat overhaul mod that makes Birth by Sleep play closer to Kingdom Hearts 2? Or like makes it have like closer like physics and gameplay feel to Kingdom Hearts 2? Because if there is, I will replay Birth by Sleep. Is there a Birth by Sleep mod that makes it good? Yeah. Kinda. It's called Better Battle System. Okay. Because I think I watched like a Gamers Joint video about it like a year ago or something. And I was pretty curious about it. But honestly, bros, I really just want that sweet Kingdom Hearts 2. That's because 7R is already great. KH is not on that level. I disagree. 7R is only good because KH is on that level. Don't forget about the Blood Moon. Can I do it while I'm driving? I suppose I can. I forget like what the Blood Moon is even supposed to be. Like which one it's supposed to be. I think it's Hellish Night. Okay, there you go. We're in real Blood Moon hours. This is unplayable, by the way. Jesus Christ. There's a lot of visual mods for 7R. Yeah, there's a lot of goon mods for 7R. But there's not a lot of like interesting gameplay stuff. Granted, that being said, thinking of it, I don't even know how I would mod 7R. Like, what interesting thing I'd even want to do with it. I guess it is just kind of a really complete thing, you know? Like, I can't even like really think of like what I would want to add to it in terms of mod. Kingdom Trigger, thanks for the super, man. In an interview, they asked Tamaguchi if he wanted to remake another FF7 game like FF7. He erupted in stress laughter, like, fuck that. Yeah, dude, he spent 10 years doing this. Could you imagine? Would you want to do it? I'd be like, hell no. Short of a turn-based overhaul, that's like the only thing I can think of that would be like an interesting gameplay mod for it. And even then, I still feel like that's kind of like, that'd be so much work that it wouldn't even make sense. Someone will find a way to mod the high wind in the Rebirth. That will probably happen, yeah. I could see that. I get what you mean. My gameplay changed dramatically with the visual mods. I mean, yeah. Oh, you mean... Oh, I see. Yeah, your gameplay probably did change. I need him to remake 10? No. And that's not a slight on him or FF10. Certainly not FF10. But, no remaking 10. No remaking 10. 10 is too good to ever be remade. I would never want that for me. Are you gonna hop on Dragon Quest before 12? Yes. Yes. I want to go back and actually finish 11 because I never finished Dragon Quest 11. And I bought Dragon Quest 11 3 times, by the way. And I was like, this time I'm fucking finishing Dragon Quest 11, and then I stopped. So we're gonna go back and finish Dragon Quest 11 eventually before 12 comes out. But it's such a great game. I really like Dragon Quest 11. It's not like I stopped playing it because of like anything. I just like my attention span's really bad, and I just fell off of it. But it's an amazing like generational game. Kingdom Trigger, thank you so much for another super. I grew up with KH and I have tons of love for it, but I agree with Maximilian that the characters talk like wooden anime dolls. The combat is so good though. Yeah, I mean, KH is not like a dialogue, like a brilliant dialogue game. It's not like a game that you play and you're like, man, this is so masterful. It is a like it is a strange kind of experience in some ways in terms of its characters and its story presentation. You know, my advice honestly for Kingdom Hearts is that like I think you should just really enjoy the cool. The cool is the story. So I think that like I think that trying to make sense of Kingdom Hearts is disrespectful. I think that you should just enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? Like, just like, let Kingdom Hearts happen to you. It's okay. You don't need to make sense of Kingdom Hearts for it to be cool. In fact, I think it's cooler when it doesn't make any fucking sense. It's like, you know, like, I'm gonna get in trouble for saying this, but like Final Fantasy VIII, right? You can be like, oh, what's FF8's story? FF8's story is that there's a guy with 2 belts. And he's got a fucking gun sword. What the fuck do you mean story, bro? That is the story. The swag is the story, bro. I don't need to elaborate. You know? You don't need to know anything else. That is the story. That is the narrative. Kingdom Hearts is a vibe plus feel story with fantastic gameplay, right? Because people will be like, oh, how did this and that moment happen from like a lore perspective? And I'm just like, who gives a fuck? It doesn't matter. It was cool when it happened, and that's all I care about. Luca, thank you so much for the super chat. Good luck with Dragon Quest 11. That game is massive with a capital M. I finished the non-S version, the third part, at 205 hours. God damn. If I start now, we might be able to beat Dragon Quest 11 before 12 comes out. Jesus Christ. Andrew, thank you so much for another super. I don't think we'll ever see a project like 7R ever, given the only one they would do is 6, and that may take 6 games given what Kitase said. Yeah, I feel like bro, we have to turn this off. This is too much. Wow, it's actually cool how it transitions back to normal weather. But yeah, Final Fantasy VI Remake would take another decade or more. I don't think they should spend that on another remake. I don't. If they do another trilogy, it should be for an original game. I was so nervous that characters in 7R would talk like KH characters because of the overlap of creatives, but I was relieved that wasn't the case. Yeah, no. KH is stylistically like that. Nomura has more range than being able to do that. I think even if you go back to some of the Versus trailers and listen to the dialogue there and listen to the dialogue in like or read the dialogue of Noctis and Stella interacting, I think he can do normal characters doing normal things. Not to say that he wrote the dialogue for those scenes, because Nojima did, but it is just to say that in games that he's directed, they can be normal. Like, things don't have to be, you know, Xehanort this and that. We can do episode Dust Guy.
Their teeth can skin a fish alive. Pulling away from a bite only makes it worse.
So the moral of the story is don't get bit. No, you're a nice guy.
Zayadork, I know.
Ought to be around here.
Salvaged only to be discarded. Let's scour the area.
The hunt is on.
Biggie!
My pleasure.
Is it though? What the fuck? I'll just clear these guys out. I know it might be crazy to say. I actually think most of the dialogue in 7R is good. There are some points where it's like a little too campy, but other than that, like, I think the dialogue's fine.
I think we might be winning.
Here we go!
I should have used Overwhelm.
Thanks. No big deal.
That's it.
What's what?
I've come up with a new recipe.
I've come up with a new recipe.
This has got to be it. Well, let's head back and have Cindy get to work. Isn't Cindy the best? I mean, she searches high and low for all these rare parts for us to use.
Very gracious of her.
Man, she really like us.
Less us and more the regalia.
Like I said, let him dream.
Safety first, everybody.
Remember, just a scout of
They even used episode desk highlighting in the official screenshots for the PC page on Steam. That's actually crazy. I wonder why. "7R has a generational dub." I agree. I'll just say, like, outright, I don't want them to get too far away from, like, this being kind of anime adjacent. I know that sounds like crazy for some people, but I think that this is Final fucking Fantasy, and it's always got a little bit of anime stank on it. It's always got that anime coolness. So I don't think they should actually get away from the anime coolness. I think it's actually, like, important.
Who's up for a bite?
Kingdom Trigger, thank you so much for the super. The dialogue is so good in 7R that they even swear naturally. That's something that's actually hard to do. Yeah. I actually really agree with that. I think the dialogue in 7R is, like, pretty exceptional, honestly. I think people are just kind of, like, little bitches about it sometimes, but, like, it's really not that bad, and in fact, it's actually quite good.
How'd it go? Did y'all find it?
Yeah, somehow.
I mean, this is like a thing though too. Should a video game sound like a hyper realistic, like, should it sound like a film or should it sound like an animation, right? Like, that's like a big question for creating these games, and I think Final Fantasy lands somewhere in between being a film and being anime, right?
As soon as possible.
How about now?
Again.
And I think 7R gets there for that.
Again, I'm not desperate.
Let's go to Altisha to experience Max. Would you say E33 dialogue is closer to film? Yes. It is 100% cinema. E33 has really fantastic dialogue all around. What the fuck? That being said, even E33 has a lot of anime-isms, and I do think it's kind of funny that no one ever talks about E33's anime-isms, right? Like, first of all, everything going on with Mael is pretty fucking anime, right? Especially when she gets, like, her fucking Super Saiyan transformation later on. And then on top of which, Gustav even has, like, some very anime expressions where he's like, you know what I'm saying? Or he, like, points with, like, his finger and stuff like that. Gustav is super fucking anime.
Soft bed.
And yeah. Also, the fucking gestrels. Like, what the fuck? The gestrels are a reference to the, like, campy, corny, like, creatures that they always insert inside of JRPGs, right? And so, I think it's fucking insane that
Good morning.
the gestrels are like normal, right? But like if you show like, you know, Ketchi or Nanaki or something like that, then all of a sudden it's like it's too far, right? Like it's too far. This is weird. Everyone's going to think that that's like cringe as fuck. But even Expedition 33 purposely puts that cringe into itself as a reference to the cringe from the anime games that it takes inspiration from. So I just feel like that's so stupid to me that that becomes such a talking point when I think it Oh my god. Let's see if we can save this. Andrew Brown, thank you so much for the super chat. I think an HD 2D FF6 remake with voice acting is on the way. I hope not, honestly, because I don't think that that could actually be used for anything. Like I just feel like I don't think FF6 HD 2D would be interesting, like at all. We already have the pixel remaster. I feel like it's the same thing, but like again. Wait, why did it even warp us to like, oh, we hit the present, that's why. I didn't mean to hit the present. I guess I went to warp back to Lucis. Party level, 100% drop rate. Party age, party visibility. Move party. Must be in Lucis. I'll say sure. Tinnerready use this. Okay. Is there any way for me to save this? God mode, maybe? Wait, where's God mode at again? Okay. Save us, Luna! Oh god, I think we got it. I think we got it, boys. I think we got it.
What this thing can do.
I think we're gonna be okay. Oh, we're saved. Let's go. Kingdom Trigger, thank you so much for another super. A big super. Jesus Christ, man. Thank you so much. Rebirth was super praised when it came out. But when the news came out that it underperformed, so many people started saying it's shit. Gamers link sales to the game's quality, which is strange, because film buffs don't do that. Yeah. I think it is... It was definitely the case when Rebirth came out that me and everyone who played it while reviewing it were like, dude, this is one of the best fucking games that Square's ever made. Maybe some story problems aside. But we were still kind of all on the same page. Yeah, this is like... This is incredible. And we were playing it, and like all of us were like, you know, again, remember, this is how us reviewers were thinking before the discourse. But we were thinking like, dude, this is like I can't believe that this game and 16 are came out in the same year, and we were basically saying that in a way that like we could not believe that 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 they put out 16 and then put out something this good, relatively. Like that's the way most of us had perceived it at that time, before again all the discourse had came out, and then once the discourse dropped, then we were like, oh.
Go for
But
it.
bear in mind, the discourse took like 6 months to happen. It didn't even happen like for a really long time until afterward. Most people were just like, this game is incredible for the longest.
I didn't mean to bring up a sore subject. All I mean is it's a shame there ain't more around. Because they really are gonna change the way you drive. I ain't gonna lie, going to fetch them will be a bit of a hassle. But I swear, you and your car will be better off with them. The old girl's designed to keep y'all safe. And these lights will help her keep you even safer.
I didn't care for Rebirth's story much, but that first playthrough was magical to me. No, that's how I feel too. Like, if you're asking me about the story, I have a lot of complicated feelings. But if you're asking me about, like, my first time playing Rebirth and, like, the actual experience of going through it, I still maintain that I think it's the best Final Fantasy experience. Right? Like, the best FF experience so far. Like, it's just, like, when you go through it and the quality of the visuals, the quality of the combat system, exploring Gaia fully like that, it just all feels so good. And I just had such a great time playing Queen's Blood and doing all these other things in the game that I really did feel like it was one of the best experiences I had with Final Fantasy. 100%. I feel like the quality was overwhelming in that sense. So, yeah, I'm excited for Revelation. Okay, I think we'll call it a stream here. We'll be back on Friday. I don't know what we're doing on Friday yet. The lights you're about to unlock let you drive at night without demons interrupting you. It's a really great upgrade. Make sure you to equip them once you complete this quest. Okay, cool. So we'll probably play more 15, I guess, and do more in-game content before we put the game down. Like Old Yeller. So yeah, we'll probably do more 15 in-game on Friday. Okay, love you guys so much. We'll be back at the end of the week. I might have a discussion stream sometime in the beginning, and in the middle of the week. But until then, love you and take care.